Thank you, and welcome to Winter Garden Yoga's YouTube channel. My name is Brian. I am the founder and the co-owner of Winter Garden Yoga. I'm also the creator and author of functional yoga instruction. If you've seen pretzel poses and deep stretchy poses of yoga on social media, and if those images have kept you away from the practice, I want to encourage you, you're in the right spot. Functional yoga instruction focuses on using your muscles and really slow, controlled, deliberate movement to get into and out of the poses. That means you're going to be safer, stronger, and more confident in your yoga practice. No pretzel poses here, no pretzel poses. So if you've made it to day 6, congratulations. I'm happy that you're here. If this is your first day with us, please go back to day 1 and work your way through to day 6, because each practice builds on top of the next. Today we're going to do some seated postures. So if you have yoga blocks, go ahead and grab a couple of yoga blocks. If you don't have yoga blocks, it's also okay. Grab a couple of pillows, maybe grab a couple of blankets, and when we get to the ground, I'll describe how to use those tools, how to use those yoga props in order to make the practice a little easier. So when you're ready, grab your mat, grab your yoga tools, and let's get started. Awesome. Let's begin with a few half Sun Salutations. We'll do a standing sequence, then we'll take it to the ground. Let's begin in mountain pose. Feet about hip width apart, toes pointing forward. Try to make them as parallel as possible. Put a little bit of weight in your heels and try to get tall. So you drop your tailbone down, lift your skull toward the ceiling, hands to heart center in a prayer fashion. Breathe in and out through your nose, please, and keep getting taller. Inhale. Exhale. Extend your arms straight, palms down. Internally rotate your arms, keep breathing. Open your arms wide. Externally rotate your arms and bring your arms up overhead. Hold and breathe for extended arms mountain pose. Steady breathing. Tone your legs, tone your glutes, tone your abs, and keep working your arms. Inhale. Exhale. Hands come through heart center in a prayer fashion. Touch the front of your thighs. Bend your knees slightly. And we get into the rearward shift. Steady breathing here. Put a little more weight into your heels. You're trying to feel your hamstrings in a good way. And you want to feel tone all the way up and down your spine. Steady breathing. Exhale, stand straight up. Tone your legs, tone your glutes, tone your abs, hands to heart center. Inhale. Exhale. Extend your arms straight, palms down. Keep breathing. Internally rotate and open your arms wide. Squeeze your shoulder blades together. Externally rotate and bring your arms up overhead. Steady breathing. As your arms reach up, your heels reach down. As your skull lifts toward the ceiling, your tailbone drops toward the ground. So we create this, it's kind of like an up and down relationship. To put a little bit of traction on your spine, to put a little bit of tone in your midsection, Find an exhale. Hands come through heart center. Touch the front of your thighs. Bend your knees slightly, and we get into the rearward shift. Keep your arms straight, please. Keep your chest lifting. Try not to succumb to gravity if you can help it. Use your muscles to hold you in place. Hold still for 3, 2, 1. Stand straight up. Tone your legs, glutes, abs. Hands to heart center. Inhale. Last round. Exhale, arms straight. Internally rotate. Open your arms wide. Use your shoulder blade muscles. Externally rotate. Bring your arms up overhead. Keep everything toned. 3, keep working. 2, get taller. 1, exhale. Hands come through heart center in a prayer fashion. Keep breathing. Keep breathing. Touch the front of your thighs. Bend your knees slightly. Rearward shift. Put a little more weight into your heels. A little more anterior pelvic tilt. A little more extension through your spine. Hold still for 3. Keep working. 2, arms straight. 1, exhale. Stand straight up. Tuck your pelvis under. Hands to heart center. Inhale. Exhale, drop your hands. Excellent. Let's step to the front of our mats, please. I'm going to fix my mat. And let's get into our standing sequence. Mountain pose first. Postural reset. Tone the legs, glutes, abs, hands to heart center. Inhale. Exhale. With your left leg, step back and wide to the left. Starting position. Hands to your waist. The front leg will turn 90 degrees to the front. The rear foot will turn in just about 30 degrees. Make sure your hips are level. Spine is pretty straight. Shoulders square. Front hand touches your front thigh. Rear hand out to a T. Inhale. Exhale. Keep breathing. Keep your torso stiff as you push your hips to your left. We get into triangle pose. Hold and breathe. Wherever you feel stuck, stay. And really tone up all those muscles around your legs, hips, spine, shoulders. We want to be strong in these in-range positions. Steady breathing for 3. Keep working. 2, 1. Tone up just a little more. Drive your hips to your right, to the shape of a T. Drop your arms. Let's go to the other side, please. The rear leg's going to turn in just about 30 degrees. The front leg's going to turn out just about 90 degrees. Make sure your hips are level, spine straight, shoulders square. Let your front hand touch your front thigh. Rear hand out to a T. Inhale. Exhale. Keep your torso stiff. You're trying to bend from your hip sideways. Try not to bend from your ribs if you can help it. Once you feel stuck, no matter where that is, even if you're only an inch into the position, that's okay. Wherever you feel stuck, that's where you stay and that's where you work. Keep toning your legs. Keep toning your glutes. Keep toning your abs. Put some energy into your arms. Hang in there. For 3, keep working. 2, 1. Tone up just a little bit more. Drive your hip forward to the shape of a T. Drop your arms. Awesome. Here comes Warrior 2. Rear foot is set to 0 degrees. Your front foot will be set to 90 degrees. Hands to your waist. Inhale. As you exhale, bend your front leg as little or as much as you like. It's always contingent upon where your knee sits in relation to your ankle bone. Try to get your knee more or less on top of that ankle bone. Not too far forward, not too far to the inside or outside. Hands to a T. Hold and breathe. You're trying to rotate your pelvis under you. You're trying to tuck your tailbone between your legs. You're trying to get taller and put energy into your arms. Squeeze your shoulder blades just a little bit to keep your arms and shoulders awake. Hang in there for 3, 2, 1. Straighten your front leg and drop your arms. Good. Let's go to the other side. 0 degrees on that rear leg, 90 degrees on the front leg. Shimmy and shuffle around till you feel solid. Hands to your waist. Bend your front leg. Double check everything. Make sure you're good to go. When you're ready, hands out to a T. Steady breathing. Try to be as upright as possible. Sometimes we'll lean a little bit forward. That means we got a leaky valve back here. Tighten up these muscles, and that'll help you be a little more upright. It's yoga practice, not yoga perfect. So just always do your best every time you step on the mat. Straighten your front leg, please. Drop your arms. Side angle pose. The rear foot turns to 0 degrees. The front foot turns to 90 degrees. When you feel ready, bend your front leg as little or as much as you like. When your legs feel set, hands out to a T. Inhale. As you exhale, reach out over your front leg. Don't reach down. Reach out and over. When you feel stuck, let that bottom arm, just moving from the shoulder, drops down. Top arm comes out to a T. Hold and breathe. Steady, steady breathing. Put some tone in your arms. Keep the tone in your legs. Hang in there for 3, 2, 1. Tone up just a little more. Come up to warrior 2. Straighten your front leg. Drop your arms. Excellent. Other side, please. 0 degrees on your rear leg. 90 degrees on your front leg. Double check. When you feel ready, hands to your waist. Inhale. Exhale, just like warrior 2. In fact, it's warrior 2. Hands out to a T. When you feel ready, reach out and over your front leg. Reach out and over, not down. When you feel stuck, let your bottom arm just release, and we come into side angle pose. Steady breathing. I like to imagine that my top hand is holding on to a weather balloon. So it kind of lifts me up a little bit instead of being dragged down. Hang in there for 3. Keep breathing. 2, 1. Warrior 2. Straighten your front leg, please. Drop your arms. Excellent. Let's toe heel our feet together. Or just get to mountain pose any way you can. And let's reset our posture with mountain pose. Hands to heart center in a prayer fashion. Get tall. Reset your posture here for 3, 2, 1. Drop your hands. Awesome. Let's come to a seated position. Any way you can get to the ground, come on down to the ground. Any way. Take your time. We're going to do a few seated poses. Let me fix my yoga mat. Awesome. For our first seated pose, we're here. It's called simple seated pose. We try to sit cross-legged if it's possible. This is where the yoga blocks or the yoga blankets may come in handy. If it's impossible for you to sit with your legs crossed, totally cool if you sit with your knees bent. It's okay if you sit with your legs straight. That's fine. We're just going to try to sit here and breathe here for about a minute. You can put padding and stuff under your seat. The higher you get your hips, the easier it is on your hips, knees, and low back. So please, if you don't have this kind of mobility, just work within your limits. It's totally cool to modify. It's completely cool to skip it altogether. If this is too painful, just hit that fast forward button and we'll get to the next pose. But if we can sit here, let's do so. Just sit up tall. Let your hands just kind of rest in your lap and breathe in and out through your nose. Just a couple of deep breaths just to sort of down-regulate the nervous system and doing your best to sit up tall. So even if you can cross your legs, you're still trying to lift up. If I sit up tall, you can see this design on the front of my t-shirt. If I don't sit up tall, the design gets kind of obscured by wrinkles and the slouching. So really try to get those are called your spinal erectors. You're trying to get them to do their job, which is to hold you up. Now hang in there with me, please, for 3, 2, 1. Let's try what's called the butterfly or the cobbler's pose. Here we're just going to separate our cross-legged position and just place the soles of our feet together. Similar in scope. If this is too much on your knees, you can place blocks or pillows under your knees. That'll give you a little bit of support here. And or put blocks and pillows under your seat. We're trying to work within our limits. At Winter Garden Yoga, we say, don't hurt yourself, but don't cheat yourself. So if anything is painful, skip it or modify it. But we also have to respect that we try to nudge ourselves gently. Just nudge ourselves gently into adaptation. Okay, same thing with butterfly pose. Hold on to your ankles. Try not to ever hold on to your feet. Hold on to your ankles, and again, we're just sitting up tall. Steady breathing here. And just trying to get tall here. These kinds of passive positions help our hips to relax, but they also help strengthen the spine. So we're getting a little stronger in our back, but we're also getting a little looser in our hips. So we're active through the torso, passive through the hips. And as long as nothing hurts, our body becomes receptive to that signal. When we're hurt, the body kind of seizes up and closes up. That's why it's perfectly acceptable and recommended to put things under your knees and hips so that you can relax. One more inhale, please. Exhale. Good. Let's straighten out our legs. I'm going to turn sideways and just shake yourself loose a little bit here. Just get that tension out of your hips. Now we're going to try a seated twist. I'm going to turn and face you again. I'm going to try to cross my shins. If you can, please cross your shins. If you cannot, please modify accordingly, even if it means sitting in a chair, which is totally fine. Okay, so from an upright position, we're going to glue our hands together and glue our thumbnails to our chest bone. Sitting up tall, trying to keep our nose over our fingers, right? So I look down the sides of my nose so I can kind of monitor where my hands are. We're going to inhale, exhale, turn our ribs to your left. But we can only go so far as our thumbs stay glued to our chest bone and our nose more or less stays over our fingers. We're trying to turn the rib cage, and only the rib cage, and it's a little tricky. Keep breathing and keep trying to turn. You will get stuck. I'm already stuck. I don't have very much rotation on this side. But if we keep nudging ourselves towards adaptation, the brain will receive a signal. And if all things are equal, if our joints stack correctly and if our joints line up correctly, we can get more range of motion. Steady breathing. Inhale. Exhale. Slowly unwind. Good. If it's possible, switch the configuration of your legs. It's okay if you don't. Let me show you how not to do this before we do the other side. Here's what not to do. Right, so my thumbs kind of end up over my shoulders. My nose is nowhere near my hand. We're trying to keep it all lined up, and it's called an axial rotation. You're trying to rotate on the axis of your spine. Hands glued together. Thumbnails glued to your breastbone. Look down the sides of your nose to keep your nose more or less over your fingertips. Inhale. Exhale. It's like a barbershop pole turning. Your spine is the barbershop pole and your ribs are the stripes. Now once you get stuck, keep breathing, but keep trying. Keep trying to turn. Steady breathing. Keep your shoulders down. Keep breathing and keep trying to turn. Couple more breaths. And then inhale, slowly unwind. These days with backup cameras and stuff like that, as a culture, we learn our ability to turn and look around. That simple seated twist will help maintain the axial rotation of your thoracic. It'll help you with your breathing. It could help you with neck and shoulder issues as well. Awesome. Let's do a little bit of yoga abs. So for yoga abs, we're going to lie flat on our backs. Knees to chest, just to get yourself set up a little bit. Don't pull really tight. Just kind of hold on to your kneecaps or hold on under your kneecaps. You try to make yourself flat on the ground. Let one foot touch the ground, then the other. Do your best to keep your knees pointing vertically toward the ceiling, arms by your side. Now, if you cannot tolerate spinal flexion, if you've been told by your doctor, don't flex your spine. If you've had neck, spine, or low back injuries, if you've had something done to your guts recently, yoga abs may not be right for you right now. So go ahead and skip this. But if you're good to go, if you can tolerate flexion and you haven't had your guts operated on, here's yoga abs. Arms straight by your side. We're going to inhale through the nose. Exhale. Now slowly, and I'm breathing shallow, so you can breathe shallowly as you go. I'm bringing my chin to my chest. You too. And just slowly trying to curl up. On the inside, I'm contracting my Kegel muscles. On the outside, I'm doing a posterior pelvic tilt. I'm trying to tuck my tailbone between my legs. Keep your hands on the mat, and you're trying to curl up into a ball. Now, at one point you're going to get stuck, and that's okay. Keep breathing and keep trying. Keep breathing and keep trying. Keep breathing and keep trying. Then slowly unroll. Really, really, really slowly. It's almost like a little massage all the way down. And we'll do that again. Double check, make sure your feet stay flat. Double check, make sure that your shins more or less stay vertical. Breathe shallowly in and out through your nose. And here we go again. Palms flat, arms straight. Kegels on the inside. On the outside, do a posterior pelvic tilt. So that's taking away all the space between you and your mat. Inhale. As you exhale, slowly bring your chin to your chest. Keep breathing. Slowly start to curl up, one backbone at a time. Keep breathing. Kegels on the inside. Posterior pelvic tilt on the outside. Slowly curling up. Nice and easy. At some point you're going to feel stuck. That's going to happen. Keep trying. Keep trying. Even if your forward movement is only 0.00001%, keep trying. Keep trying. Slowly keep your chin tucked and slowly unwind. Really, really, really slowly all the way down. Keep your chin tucked to the very, very last second. It's harder than it looks, but it affects your rectus abdominis and your transverse abdominis, so it's really good deep core work. Try not to skip this last minute. This is the most important part of your practice, because this is where we assimilate all the good stuff we did during the practice. Arms straight, palms up. Close your eyes, please. Inhale. Fill your tummy with air. Keep going, fill your ribs. And then just exhale, relax. And we're going to lie in silence for about 1 minute, and I'll bring us out of the meditation. So you will not hear sound for about 1 minute. Gently open your eyes. Bring one knee to your chest, then bring another knee to your chest. You can hold onto your kneecaps, or you can hold on under your kneecaps. Just do your best. Try not to pull really tight here. Just try to be kind of soft. See if your hips are level, spine is straight, etc. Now gently roll to one side or the other. Just easy. And come on up to a seated position, just nice and easy. Try not to rattle your nervous system if you can help it. And then just come up to a tall, seated position. Thank you so much for watching our video. I'd love to know how you're feeling and what you thought of the practice. Please like this video and please leave a comment below, because I'd also love to hear from you. What other videos would you like to see on our channel? It'd be great to know. Be sure to subscribe, be sure to like, and be sure to share, because the goal is to help spread the good word for a safe and efficient way to get strong and mobile. Thanks for watching.